is my little puppers MC here today. So guys, you have read the title? Yes, I'm bringing back old stories, very scary ones. I know Rexa is not gonna be happy of me doing like scary stories, but I want to bring it back because I haven't done one like a long time. So originally I was planning to do a scary animation story, but one of my friends recommended to go to Mr. Nightmare himself. So we're gonna read scary stories. 3 of gas stations, I think. I will say this warning, there's no blood, but there will be scary noises and maybe jump scares. Maybe. I'm not sure. That being said, let's begin the video, guys. I think I might regret my decision.
It was early June 2017. I was taking a road trip with my 9-year-old son Tom to West Virginia to visit family. It was a long, stressful drive. My car didn't have working AC at the time, and it was an incredibly hot day.
Oh, wait. You don't, your AC is not working. At least roll down the window at least to get some fresh air so you wouldn't get hot.
We were a bit stressed out by the 6-hour mark. We had left later in the day, so we were still on the road by dark. I think it was around 9 p.m. when we were still on the interstate, and Tom started complaining that he needed to use the bathroom.
Oh.
There was already tension in the car before this, but his constant complaining brought about a slight argument between the two of us. It was about personal stuff I'd rather not share with the internet.
Okay, that's
At
reasonable.
last, I saw a blue rest area sign zoom past us on the interstate.
Wait. I'm gonna be angry or I'm gonna laugh. There's gonna be one scene like Slenderman's in there and he took the little child. I don't know. I feel like Slenderman's gonna be in this video, and not. I might be wrong, guys. Slenderman's. I feel like Slenderman might be on to me or Roxanne about the green glasses, but we're not gonna let him find out. So let's continue.
So I veered off into the rest area. It had a small building with 2 bathrooms, a couple vending machines, and a few benches. That was it. There were no other cars parked nearby besides some big white pickup truck.
Oh
As I pulled up next to the building, Tom got out in a hurry and ran to the bathroom. I left the car on because I knew he'd be back soon.
I feel like
I
that's
said, I
dumb.
don't want to get into personal stuff, like why we had a bit of an argument, but it seemed we were at that stage where we weren't exchanging words anymore. I figured the rest of the ride would be silent. About a minute later, the back door opened and then shut. I wanted to say something to Tom, but I didn't know what to say, so I just stayed quiet and drove off. I noticed that the white pickup truck parked nearby was leaving as well.
Oh
In
god.
fact, he was close behind me. I veered back onto the interstate and into the left lane, and the pickup truck did the same.
I hate this
stepped on
video.
it
Why I
a little,
agree
so
to this?
did he.
There's like moving
He started
real
flashing his
traffic
lights,
and weird
so I switched to
things.
the right
Why?
lane, thinking he was nothing but an aggressive driver. But as soon as I switched to the right, so did he.
Maybe
He was
he's
still
drunk.
flashing his lights. I pulled into the right lane and started to slow down. He sped up, still in the middle lane, and when he caught up to me, he slowed down and lowered.
Wait, I'm wondering like the maybe his kid got into the other car and mixed up with his own son. Maybe it could be that or something happened. I'm just scared.
his window. I did the same, and he started yelling something to me, pointing at my car. He looked like a creepy, sketchy dude at first glance. I couldn't hear a word he was saying, so he pointed for me to pull over to the side. I told Tom to keep calm. In my head, I was saying if this guy tried to do anything funny, I would floor it. The pickup pulled up behind me on the grass, and the guy came out of his truck, running to my car. I put the car back in drive as my heart was racing, ready to drive. Then he screamed.
I wonder, guys, please tell me in the comments why people like stop and wait like to wait if somebody to tell somebody pull over. You only do it with the police, not with a stranger. That's I feel like that's dumb.
Wait. He got to my window and said, "That's not your kid," and pointed to the back seat.
Is it your
As he said
child?
this, I was confused and said, "What?" He said, "That's not your kid that got in your car." Suddenly, the back right side door opened, and I turned to see someone getting out of my car. Not my son, Tom. I got out from the car, screaming at the tall person who seemed to be a fully grown man.
Oh my
He had
god.
already disappeared into the woods. I looked at the driver of the pickup and thanked him as I suddenly panicked, thinking about what could have happened to Tom. I got back in my car, crossed the grass between the interstate, and drove back to the rest area. The guy in the pickup followed me. We got back there in like 30 seconds to find Tom waiting outside the rest area bathroom. He got back in the car, all confused. I explained everything to him, almost out of breath, as did the pickup driver. I thanked the guy one more time before he drove back to the spot he was sitting in before. Tom was so intrigued about what just happened, and I was so disturbed that we were back on good terms again. We chatted the whole rest of the way and told family about it as soon as we arrived. I never even got to see what the person who got in my car looked like. Honestly, maybe I should be happy I never turned around to look at them, because I don't know what they would have done.
Okay, I know this is supposed to be a scary story, but I'm very angry. You park in a race area, your son is in the bathroom, you let a random stranger in there, and you don't even look in your car. Like, why? Why? Actually, I wish I click. I wish Cinnamon was in there. It would probably be more scary in the story itself. My goodness, I'm already mad.
My girlfriend and I took a road trip to California recently. The way there was completely normal. We left home early in the morning and got to the hotel by nightfall. On our way back home, however, we left midday, and a majority of our ride was in the dark. The drive was about 10 hours each way, not including stops for food. We made 2 food stops, the first after about 3 hours of driving, then one more much later and deeper into the night. We got off the freeway at like 12:30 at night and went to the nearest Wendy's for food.
Guys, let me know in the comments, do you guys like eating Wendy? I never experienced it before, but I wonder if anybody else eat there before. Please guys, I like to know that question. Do any of you guys like to eat Wendy's or not? This is not sponsored in any way. Please
We got
don't.
right back on the freeway after that. I ate while I drove, which my girlfriend wasn't too fond of, but I just wanted to get home sooner rather than later. Shortly after getting back on the freeway, it started to rain. My girlfriend forced me to pull over now. She didn't want me eating and driving in poor conditions.
Yeah, don't
As I
eat
pulled to the
when you're
side,
driving.
it actually started to downpour. I finished up eating my food, and then we heard a bang sound at the window.
No!
At first, I chalked it up to noises from the storm, but when I looked to my left out the window to see a figure blocking 90% of the window, along with the shriek of my girlfriend, I nearly had a heart attack. I didn't want to roll down the window given how hard it was pouring, but over the sound of the torrential rain pounding on the car, I couldn't hear what the person was saying. I opened the door a crack and yelled out to the person.
No. Don't roll down the window. Just don't roll down the window. There's a stranger in front of your car knocking the door. You don't know this person has a weapon in their sword or anything. That's like so messed up. And it's raining. I don't want to get my car wet. No, guys, I'm joking. But don't open the window if you see a stranger. Don't do it. And guys, funny thing I want to tell you, my mom is afraid when it's raining. Please, guys, let me know. Are you guys afraid when you're driving from a rainy day?
Turned out to be a woman. She was soaked already and looked disheveled and scared. She asked for a ride. What was
Oh my
I gonna
god,
do?
it's the
Tell her
Lord
no
from
in
the
these
Ring,
conditions?
the weird
I told her to
girl
get in the
with
back
long
seat.
hair.
My girlfriend gave me a look. I don't know what kind of look exactly, but it looks kind of like a "why the hell did you let her in" kind of look.
That's what I'm
I
doing
asked
right
the woman
now.
where she was heading. She didn't answer. caught my girlfriend giving me a look again because of this. I ignored her and turned around to look at the woman in the back seat, assuming she didn't hear me. But as creepy as it was, she was actually looking right at me with a cold, unfriendly face.
Oh no.
I'd say it was a neutral, blank face, but something about it was just off-putting. I repeated my question, and she just shrugged her shoulders and laughed. I looked
Okay,
at my
good.
girlfriend, who was once again looking at me. I said out loud that I'd be dropping the woman off at the next town we crossed. I guess I was announcing that to both my girlfriend and the woman.
Wait, you let her in the car? Why? Just why? Why?
As we got back onto the barren highway, there was a sudden ear-piercing screaming sound coming from right behind me, and the woman sitting behind me suddenly wrapped her arms around my throat. I slammed on the brakes as I was struggling to breathe, almost sliding into the divider. My girlfriend, quote, slashed at the woman's face with her long nails.
Oh god.
The screaming turned from a deranged, angry kind of screaming to screams of pain and agony. I got out of the car as she had her hands pressed up against her face in agony. I then opened the back door, grabbed the woman with...
I very angry at the man. Why you let a stranger in? If the person didn't talk to you, kick them out at least. That's like one of the number one red flag. That is a flag right there. If this person didn't speak to you and stare at you, that means you're in danger and you let this woman attack you.
both hands and literally threw her out of the car into the rain.
Make
She
it room
started
for
begging,
it.
please, please, over and over as I looked down at her. But that's all she said.
There's
She
no
cried as she
mercy.
kept saying
I'm
the word,
driving
please. I ignored her
alone.
and got back into my car and locked it. As I put the car in drive, there were bangs at the window as the woman started screaming again. Her screams once again sounded like the screams of a deranged mental asylum patient.
Maybe
I
she
drove
is.
away casually as she was no longer a real threat, or at least not that I knew of. My girlfriend quickly got on the phone with the police and warned them of some suspicious, unstable woman lurking around the highway. We didn't stop again, though. We went straight home from there, obviously a bit shaken up and whatnot, but I didn't want to be thinking about that incident for any longer than I had to.
It was your fault. You let the woman in your car. That's horrifying.
It was 2010. I was driving my Ford F-150 from my home in Pennsylvania to Georgia. I had family in the countryside of Georgia who I'd be spending the week with. It was going to be a drive of around 14 hours, and I planned on doing it all in one day. I got on the road at 10 a.m. I stopped once for lunch at some deli, and then 4 hours later I stopped at a rest area to eat the turkey sandwiches I packed in the cooler. After that, I didn't intend on making any other stops, besides for gas one more time, of course. At about 11:30 p.m., I had just filled up the tank one more time, and now I had an ETA of about 12:30. I was admittedly getting very tired now. I didn't think to get coffee at the gas station for some reason. The route
You
the
need
GPS was
coffee
taking
if
me
you're
down to the
driving like
gas
a
station
long
seemed a little
distance.
odd. I wasn't on the highway anymore. It was just taking me down some country-ass side roads. My truck is high up, so I got a good view of everything, and I also had a light bar installed, which really helped in lighting up these pitch-black roads.
I don't know what is
I
that
was so
thing.
tired, and I knew I shouldn't have been driving anymore, but I was so close to my cousin's house that I had to keep going. I came to a stop sign and made a left turn off some quiet road onto an even quieter road.
Oh my god, no. If you go to a road, it was that quiet, and you don't see any cars, that's a red flag. Or because there's hardly any people. It could be one of those two.
The speed limit on this road was 45 though, which was good. This road was empty of any kinds of buildings or houses. It was just woodland on either side. I was going like 55 to 60 miles per hour, blazing down this road since it really seemed like no other cars would be on this type of road at this hour. Then suddenly I saw like 4 shiny objects coming up fast in the road ahead of me. I slammed on the brakes, and as I got closer, I figured out what they were.
They're
They were
cones.
traffic drums, like those big cylinder traffic cones. My truck managed to come to a halt before I rammed into the drums. I got out of my truck with my baseball bat, confused as hell.
Wait, what? Why are you carrying a baseball bat? Actually, no, not mine. Good, you have a baseball bat just in case to attack somebody.
I went over to the traffic drums and realized there was something else behind the traffic drums. It was a spike trap, like the kind police use. I didn't know what to think. Was there some kind of police activity going on? Or did somebody set this up as a trap?
I feel like somebody did
I
set up a
cautiously
trap.
looked all around me as I inched back to my truck. Then I heard someone scream help. It came from the woods on the left side of the road. There was no way I was about to go into those woods.
I wouldn't go in the wood, even if I'm gonna be angry. It was Jeff who was saying help. I'd rather go in the car, turn around, and go home instead.
The most I was willing to do was call out what's wrong.
No,
No answer.
no, you don't speak in the wood. You don't talk to anybody. Why?
I walked to the edge of the road and looked into the forest. The only reason I could see anything was because of the lights from my truck.
That someone's gonna be in
In the
there.
corner of my eye, I spotted him. Without looking directly at him, I saw someone crouched down behind a couple bushes. I didn't run. I just casually walked back to my car. When I got in and shut the door, I looked to my left to see two silhouettes by the edge of the woods on the side of the road, walking towards my truck. I drove the truck to the right side of the road onto the dirt and past the spike trap. I don't think they anticipated me actually going around, but when I looked in the rearview mirror, I saw at least 3 silhouettes standing by
Oh my god, it was a trap. I wonder if there were like hillbillies. I wonder.
the traffic drums, lit up only briefly by the taillights of my truck. A few seconds later, they were gone out of my vision and out of my life forever. This was not something I would have ever expected to happen to me. Nevertheless, I'm glad I made it out alive.
Oh, that was horrifying. That face. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please, guys, like, comment down below, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I'm surprised it was not scary. I got angry. I just got angry at the video of the people like making dumb decisions. I don't know why. Probably I wish I just stick with the animation story. Oh well. Like I said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, guys, like, comment down below, subscribe, and hit that notification bell when I'm posting another video. That being said, this is MC signing out. Bye, guys.